Okay, thank y'all. The official crustacean of the state of Missouri. And speaking of official things in Missouri, it's time we done a song about moonshine. You know, we're in the Ozarks after all. Here it is up in the shack in the morning. We ain't done a moonshine song yet. We like to do one in the morning. It kind of sets the tone for the rest of the day. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, Silver Dollar City don't really hold with hard liquor. Did you know that? Have you been down to the Silver Dollar City Saloon down here at the bottom of the hill? You can go into the Silver Dollar City Saloon, order anything in the world that you want to drink. Them dancing girls come around there, you can say, I'll have a margarita, or I believe I'll order a tequila sunrise, or you're going to get root beer, but you can order anything that you want to. We don't want to stifle your creativity, you know what I mean? But they do let John and I sing about moonshine because they say it is part of our cultural heritage. Thank you very much. You know what that means? Part of our culture, that means we're related to a moonshiner. Yeah, I mean, we are, most of us, and you know what, if y'all are from somewhere else and you want to see a moonshiner and get a picture of one and it's real important to you, I'll tell you how to do that. Go to any of these little villages like where we grew up, camp out on the town square where you got a real good view of the loading dock of the MFA store, yeah, the Farmers Association, and just wait. You take some donuts and coffee, you may be a while, but directly there'll be some crusty old man back in there wearing bib overalls in a 1952 Plymouth truck, and he'll load up 600 or 700 pounds of sugar. Get his picture. That's your boy right there. He ain't taking that out in the woods and making cupcakes with it. That's your, you know. Or you can just ask one of us, because we'll rat them out in a heartbeat. We'll tell them. Yeah, we won't. We got no compunction whatsoever about lying to you about my Uncle Ferd. I loved Uncle Ferd. He's a good gardener. A fine man and a good gardener, and had a good marriage, but Uncle Ferd had the bad habit of, before he got his corn crop to market, he liquefied part of it. You know what I mean? He had a 1952 Packard automobile. I know y'all are too young to remember Packard automobiles, but just take my word for it, that's a serious piece of automobile equipment. There's nothing plastic in it, you know. And it was kind of funny to see him driving it, because he's just a little bitty slip of a feller, and kind of, you know, like this, kind of barely could see over the wheel, you know. And he's going into town there one day. I had regular customers that met him around the square. Had a whole load of produce in the old Packard. Most of it was in fruit jars down the floorboard, you see. And he's driving along. You're with me, ain't you? Okay, so he's driving along there, and he gets to looking down there in the floorboard, and he sees one of them fruit jars just a little bit fuller than the one next to it. Now, if Uncle Ferd was nothing else in this world, was fair-minded man. Oh, he wasn't going to favor one customer over nothing. No, 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 no. He immediately reached right down there, got that full one, sipped it down right next to the one next to it. Whoop, whoop. There was another one. Got that, and he sipped it. The long and the short of this is, by the time he got into town, he'd sipped about 7 of them jars level, and it was a good trip. Had the windows open, and the old Packard riding along, and he had the radio playing, and he wasn't paying real good attention. The truth is, he was looking down there, trying to find one jar, a little too full, you see, and he's looking down there, and he got in where people lived, you know, and he wasn't paying attention, and pow! He run into the car in front of him at a stop sign, never even touched the brakes on the old Packard sedan there. And that little car never had a chance to start with. One of them little bitty cars, you know, the top comes down on, 2-seater thing, and just mushed it up like a soda pop can, you know. The old Packard did. The Packard probably weighed about 10,000 pounds. Anyway, the guy got out of that car, and he was one of them little people, like was in the Wizard of Oz. He just stood about that high, see. But he was wearing a big mat. I'm telling you, the veins standing up there, you know. And he walked around. Uncle Ferd, he's sitting there in the window going, you know, he can't go nowhere. I mean, what are you going to do? So little man walks, and you should have seen that car. Trunk all mushed up, the bumper on the ground. It was a mess. He walked around it this way, walked around the other way. Uncle Ferd sitting there. He walks around the old Packard. There wasn't a scratch on it. He comes up to Uncle Ferd, and he said, Mister, I'll tell you this right now. I'm not happy. And Uncle Ferd looked out the window at him and said, okay, which one of them are you? Oh, it didn't go well. It didn't go well at all. Wrong thing to say, honey. You know what?